Hello everyone. Have you seen this new article by Bloomberg about Russia's attempt to establish its own oil benchmark? I think we are looking at yet another sign of ongoing de-dollarization. It looks like Russia is building an alternative market for its oil. It has big implications for the dollar as a reserve currency. Let's talk. If you were following the latest news, the situation on the oil market's developing very rapidly. Biden went to check if Saudis can help him with oil, not that we do not have any oil here in US and Canada, but it's a story for another time. Russia's Putin went to Iran same time. I think we should expect some news fireworks from the Middle East very soon. Good or bad, I can't tell. We will see. Oil is becoming a new stage for world fight over resources, and reserve currency will be the focus of this fight. Russia aims to control oil pricing by creating own benchmark. First, let's define the meaning of the term oil benchmark, and that will help us to gain a better understanding about the significance of this news. Oil benchmark is a standard. It defines the chemical properties of oil from a certain geography. There are three major oil benchmarks at this time. WTI or West Texas Intermediate, Brent Blend, which is a mix of oil from 15 Northern Sea producers, and Dubai crude. There are more, but these three are by far the most actively used. Why oil benchmarks are important? They allow to standardize financial instruments for trading and hedging. In order to have an organized market, you need to have a standard unit. So for example, if you are selling one futures contract on WTI, any buyer will know what he is getting. Now buyers and sellers can hedge future price changes or simply trade oil using standardized contracts. That allows banks and specialized market makers to build financial infrastructure around those standards. This financial infrastructure allows to build a marketplace around these benchmarks. Now we can see why Russia might be interested in establishing its own oil benchmark. They want an independent marketplace to sell their oil. I think there is no surprise here. With all the sanctions and talk about capping Russian oil prices, they have big incentive to find an alternative to markets controlled by the West, which has big implication for US dollar. Let's look at the details. Key ministries, domestic oil producers and the central bank, plan to launch oil trading on a national platform in October, according to a document seen by Bloomberg News. Russia will work to attract foreign partners to buy oil, with the aim of achieving sufficient trading volumes to establish a pricing benchmark between March and July of 2023, according to the plan. So it appears that this new platform will launch in a few months, with full implementation planned towards mid-2023. Why is that significant for all dollar-based investors? Because the trade on this marketplace will be done in currencies other than dollar. Russia supplies almost 10% of the world oil, so this will be a substantial loss for dollar market share. By the way, if you think Russia will be selling oil for rubles but continue selling its gas for dollar and euro, think again. Gas is by far the biggest and most stable market for Russia. If you are watching the news from Europe, Russia has a huge leverage over that market. That will definitely be a bigger blow for the dollar. With regards to the gas, it's a different type of a market with delivery systems basically set for decades, and there is no free market per se since the pool of players is very small. It's mostly sovereign-backed utilities companies. But this is a different story for another video. Just keep in mind it is another link in a chain of de-dollarization. Russia has been trying to create its own oil benchmark for more than a decade, with little success. So why should we be concerned if they were trying to implement this measure for almost 10 years without much success? I would argue that necessity is a mother of invention. With escalation of the economic warfare from the West, Russia will have to make it work or probably face deep economic pain. In the last 10 years, despite some tension between Russia and the West in some regions, trade was mostly unaffected. Russians supported opposition to US in the Middle East, South America and Africa, but they were able to make good money trading on established marketplaces. But now it's a question of life and death, so we should expect Putin's undivided attention to this project. And I would not underestimate his ability to get things done, would be a big mistake. As situation with natural gas in Europe demonstrates, Russia has good amount of leverage to persuade trading partners to accept its terms. Another big reason that will help to make this new Russian marketplace a success, is a fact that most sovereign buyers of Russian oil, I am speaking about sovereign buyers other than US and Europe, would prefer to use their own currencies to dollars. Think about it. If you are India or Turkey or any other country, would it be easier for you to pay with money you can print, or would you prefer to pay with dollars that might be difficult to obtain? I don't think it's even a question. Anyone would prefer to use their own sovereign currencies to dollar. Now you can say, who needs Argentinian pesos? Or bolivars or even yuan? And you will be correct. The biggest obstacle that most foreign traders face is limited liquidity of national currencies. And to tackle this problem, I think we will see an advent of new payment system that does not include dollars. It can be based on a basket of national currencies, say based on around BRICS. Or a combination of currencies and commodities as a foundation for new payment system. One thing is clear, the demand for a new international payment arrangement is growing. And the current situation with Fed promoting strong dollar will force most developing countries to work even harder to exit dollar space in favor of something more obtainable. As we can see, there is a good reason to take this news more seriously. I think appeal to diversify away from dollar is getting stronger by a day, with small news like this hitting the media every day. Now, we have to be very clear, we are talking about gradual shift away from dollar towards whatever new system will replace it. It takes years to establish new trading patterns and infrastructure. Also, do not underestimate the resilience of the US economy and resourcefulness of our elites. They were able to keep dollar afloat for a long time, and this is not a first time dollar is in danger. But like with everything else, you can abuse the system only so much before it collapses. The whole paper dollar system is based on trust and demand for reserve currency functions. If we do not see any changes in the way the system is maintained, small cracks can evolve into full-scale implosion very fast. I am not a financial advisor, but I see all the reasons to diversify into foreign assets and hard commodities like gold and silver. Recent drop in price is an excellent opportunity to stack some more. This is just my opinion and not a financial advice. As always, thank you for watching. If you like this content, consider subscribing and hitting that notification icon to be up to date with new episodes as they come out. Until next time.